Welcome to Sorry If I Spit When I Speak. We're going to reflect on the Bengals draft strategy. But first we're going to take a look at their picks on day 3. So, John, tell me what you were thinking.
Yeah, for starters, I really like the selection of Carl Lawson at the top of the 4th round. I think he and Jordan Willis complement each other very well as pass rushers, but I'll let Jordan go over him more extensively. I really like what they did in the 6th round with the selections of Jordan Evans and then trading up for Brandon Wilson. Evans wasn't invited to the combine, but his pro day 40 time, broad jump, and vertical jump would have been tops for all off-ball linebackers that tested there. Wilson is a running back who played defensive back at Houston, and he scored in a handful of different ways on both sides of the ball and tested off the charts at his pro day as well. Both players are tremendous athletes, and their selections really capped off the statement I think the Bengals were trying to make. They wanted to go out and target speed, and that's exactly what they did. John Ross is now the fastest player in the NFL. Joe Mixon has great speed for his size. Willis was the fastest edge rusher that tested at the combine. Josh Malone, the receiver that took in the 4th round, he's a 4'4" guy at 6'2", 200 pounds. And obviously Evans and Wilson are both incredible athletes as well. Last year, all over the roster and all throughout the year, the Bengals looked slow and lackluster. All these guys they just drafted provide much needed speed and explosion, and I think that's exactly what they needed, and they got good value all throughout the draft as well.
Yeah, I mean, getting good value and making great deals, that's the key to success. I mean, it's like its own art form, but I won't get into all that right now. Jordan, I know you can't contain your excitement. So
I thought this draft was absolutely fantastic for us. The only problem that I do have is that we have yet to address the offensive line problems, and I don't think that we answered that whatsoever in our 5th round pick in J.J. Dielman. Now, he's a center out of Utah. I watched film on him, and I do not think that he is that good. He's very, very athletic, which I guess that could be some sort of an upside to him, but I think there were 2 centers that were better than him, John Toth out of Kentucky and Kyle Fuller out of Baylor, that I would have rather had us choose. But we did go with JJ. He whiffs a lot in the film. I think that his technique is not very good. I mean, he started at tackle, I think, for the first 3 years and then got moved to center. So who knows if we'll even play him at center. But if he does play center, I do not think that he is an answer to our problems there. But the Bengals made it up to me, at least, because we got, I think, the biggest steal of the entire draft in Carl Lawson. Listen, this dude is an absolute freak of nature. His speed on the edge is something that I have been wanting for the Bengals for so long now. I am tired of these big 6'5", 6'6" defensive ends who just get length and use that to their advantage. I want a speed rusher off the edge, and we have got that now in Carl Lawson. Okay, a lot of people are talking about how we got our first 3 round picks. They were all, potential first rounders, but this guy is one as well. I personally thought that he was going to go early 2nd round, and the fact that we, took a chance on him in the 4th round with picking a defensive edge rusher in the 3rd round just shows you how good of a risk this guy is. If he can stay healthy, I honestly think that he could start this upcoming year for us at the edge rushing position. So overall, I think that we have great talent in this draft. I honestly can't remember a time where we got this much talent in a draft class. So I am super pumped about it. It's all about staying healthy and being able to use them by dominating, the trenches, and we have got to have control of that in order to make these guys succeed. So I am very excited. Personally, I would give them a grade of an A-.
All right, Dr. Hodgie, any final thoughts on the draft?
I agree that this is a really great draft and all that, but don't get too excited, okay? Even back in 2015, we had a stacked, awesome, talented roster. It didn't mean much. If Marvin Lewis, if Ken Zampese, they're not going to break out of the conservative shells, they're not going to discipline these guys, nothing's going to happen. I compare it to the mild winter that I saw in Michigan when I went up there this January, to convince the tycoons at Ford and GM to stop creating cars that use fossil fuels. They didn't listen to me. I am Hodgie the electric, and I was trying to push electric. They wouldn't go for it. But the mild winter it's nice at the time, but but it actually portends, bad things to come. And that's the thing. I mean, I just worry that what all of this means, all of this great draft means, is desperation. And that actually what's about to come this year is a team that's falling apart even more. We got some new, fresh, young talent, but it's like having a machine with good parts. If the machine isn't run well, it doesn't mean much. That's my take.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Hodgie. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jordan. And that does it for our coverage of the Bengals 2017 NFL Draft. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/DH Sports TV. So long, sweetie pies.